when you see black eyes, like Blueface and, you know, shit like that, he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else, okay? And so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes.
My own agent assaulted me. And I went to the head of the motion picture department, and I was like, hey, man, I said, this dude, you can't molest the clients. And he said, listen, this is what I'm going to do, Terry. He said, I'm going to take his title, and he's going to be suspended for 30 days. But first of all, when I met with him, he was like, I'm going to give you a meeting, as if he was going to grace. They let him get away with it. I said, man, you can't molest the clients and come back to work, ever. It reminded me of the standing O that happened to Will Smith. I said, okay, I'll see you when I see you. And I spent $500,000 of my own money suing William Morris Endeavor. People like Terry.
So do you have to be gay to be a part of Hollywood? Do you have to perform certain acts to get that role? It is way more men than we think that are gay for pay. Hey, they got to pay that mortgage. They got to pay that rent. It's not just the women that are dropping to their knees. The men have become experts on dropping to their knees.
I know they used to say for like black actors, especially if you wanted to make it, you had to do like a homosexual role at the beginning of your career.
The casting couch test is what they used to call it. And that was brought up by a lot of people. Eddie Murphy talked about it. Cat Williams talked about it. Whitney Houston talked about it. Tupac, Quincy Jones. There's a lot of people who came out and said, I was offered this, but this came with it. They said I had to do this. I had to get on my knees, do this. I had to bend over, do this. This is real. It's very real. Paul Mooney mentions certain things like that. There's a lot of people who brought it out. Those clips are not well circulated.
Now, it's never easy for women to talk about how they've been essayed, but imagine being a man and you've been essayed by another man. It's embarrassing, I would imagine. It has been so many men that we don't know that have been essayed in Hollywood, and they kept their mouth shut because they got that job. It's so many men that are in the closet. They're scared to be themselves, and I don't know why, because you have more protection being gay than being black. When you're a gay man in Hollywood, you're a part of a club, a very protected club. Let Ice Cube explain.
Some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing. So ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, you know, on the big three for a long time, and you know how they've been fucking with me with that. I done made it, you know, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. You know, the NBA been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, Cube, you want to work with the NBA? Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these motherfuckers. So we don't need them, you don't need them, you know? So what am I going to do to deal with these motherfucking gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Fuck the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to talk to everybody, you know, and get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, and you might agree, you might not, but the important thing is, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as fuck in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you. Much love, much respect from your homeboy Ice Cube. Remember that.
Most people don't know this demonic secret about Kim Kardashian, but there's actually a really dark side to her. Check this out.
Okay, this is either really cool or a little strange, but that's who you're doing business with, right? So,
what is this?
that is Marilyn's hair. So.
You can clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I want to wait. And I channel her. This is so special to me. Thank you so much. This is so cool. So cool.
Good vibes.
Wow. This is sleeping with me every night.
She said, I can clone Marilyn Monroe. I can do all kinds of voodoo shit. You got to be careful out here. You have to be careful. It's a lot of people into voodoo. Not just the stars, but everyday people. Careful how you leave your hairbrush around. Careful how you leave your items around because people will snatch it up and do a spell. Take your picture and do a spell. To anybody that has tried to do a spell on me, return to sender 100-fold. Whatever you wish on me, 100 times back on you. Amen. People would rather do witchcraft than put in the work. That's weak sauce. Put in the work. That sitting around wishing evil on everybody, it's not going to do nothing but bounce back on you. Hello? Anyways, what else are we going to talk about this evening? Oh yeah, let's talk about the husband who took the wife and his best friend on a trip, and he had the best friend sitting in first class and his wife sitting in coach. Why? Because he enjoys dick.
So this post was found on Reddit. Husband pays for him and his friend to sit in first class, but pay for his wife to sit in economy. Y'all gotta listen to this story though. So the wife wrote, my husband and I haven't been on a trip out of country for years, while he goes every year with his best friend. His reasons for going with him is because they both go to attend sporting events. This year, my husband told me I could go with him and his friend since they were visiting a new destination. He paid for my ticket and everything else since I'm a stay-at-home mom and have no job. The kids were left with my mom. However, when I found out that he had booked first class for himself and his friend while I got economy, I just couldn't hold my tongue. I confronted him about it and he at first refused to discuss. Then when the argument got heated, he yelled, I paid for your ticket. Isn't that enough? Then kept on about how I should stop acting like I was royalty and that if I come to think about it, even economy is fine for me since I technically don't work anyway. I cried because of what he said, but decided to just not go altogether. Good job, sis. He changed his tone and started begging me to just go with what he planned, but I declined. I don't blame her. I went to pick up the kids from my mom's house and he came back 3 hours later, huffing and puffing about what happened. His friend sent me a text calling me entitled and said that this is the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with them, and I just proved his point. I did not respond, but I blocked him since he's gotten increasingly rude over the past few months. He, my husband, said I keep crying about being excluded, and this is what happens when he finally decides to include me. Now, I'm trying not to speculate, but you and your friend have went out the country multiple times, but you ain't took me in years. You had the nerve to get 2 first class for y'all and excluded me by putting me in the back. And I'm supposed to be your wife. You try to embarrass me by telling me I should be grateful because I'm not working anyway, even though I'm taking care of your funky ass kids. And then your friend had the nerve to hit me up on some catty shit. It's giving beard. Cause what? Y'all leave y'all's thoughts in the comment section, please.
She's right. The man loves dick. And he's scared to come out and say it because he probably has a really nice career. And he wants to have that perfect image of the wife and the kids when really he loves getting bust down by a man. Women, you got to be careful out here. Some men are just looking for a beard so you can help him hide his secret. Some of these men, they don't want to be judged by their colleagues and their friends and family for loving a man. They don't want that. They can't handle that. So they have to come find you to keep the secret. These same men that say, oh, I can't stand black women, are the same men that are in love with men. It is what it is. But you really should embrace who you are because you get more cool points and money for being gay. Let's move on to Just Hilarious.
I would think somebody like the Breakfast Club wouldn't need the clout chase. But knowing them, they probably want somebody light skinned.
Well, I'm just with the message. My news is real.
Just hilarious. Now comments on them saying these niggas is trash. Y'all could have got somebody better than that. I'm not hating.
They don't give a damn about what she's done.
She made the announcement before it was even inked.
That third seat on the Breakfast Club was one of the most sought after coveted positions in hip-hop media.
Less hilarious. You were using that Breakfast Club to besmirch my name speaking so negatively.
She ain't over there. She's back on the Monopoly board.
Jess Hilarious made a grand announcement, as she should, as a new host of The Breakfast Club. And you heard it. Everybody from Joe Budden, Tasha K, academics, spoke on Miss Hilarious, okay? And said, the joke's on you, but the laugh is on y'all. Sometimes you got to laugh to the bank. And that's what The Breakfast Club did. What a great announcement. What a great addition to the show. They need a lioness in the lion's den. You listen. Angela's great where she's at. This is a better fit. They need someone that's strong. I love this. Congratulations, Jess Hilarious.
I'm Star. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I'll talk to you guys next time. Good night.